Welcome back to Face the Nation. We want to pick up where we left off with RNC Chairwoman Ronna McDaniel. Chairwoman, you met with the former president this week in Florida. Do you think he's going to run again in 2024?
You know, I don't know. That's going to be a decision he's going to have to make down the road. I do know he's committed to helping us win back majorities in 2022, which is, of course, what I'm focused on right now. We are a handful of seats away from taking back the House. We picked up 15 this last election and 1 seat away from taking back the Senate. And as I said, as we're seeing the Trump administration and their legacy being stripped away by Joe Biden, who said he was going to run in a bipartisan way, work with Republicans. He hasn't done that on anything, including this recent boondoggle of a stimulus bill of $2 trillion of grab bags for Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer. You're seeing more and more Republicans recognize we need to unite around how do we win back these majorities and stop Biden in his tracks.
How damaging were the events of January 6th to your party?
They were damaging to our country. I think it was horrific what happened January 6th. There is no American, Republican or Democrat who looks at that and sees our Capitol attacked and feels good. And I think there's a lot of self-reflection that has to go on across the whole country.
Has the president done some self-reflection?
I'm going to talk about me because I'm not going to speak for somebody else, but I will say...
Well, you said he didn't meet the moment previously.
Well, what I will say from an RNC perspective is we've been more vocal in denouncing groups like QAnon. We know that anarchists came to Washington that day. There was a bomb placed outside of my building, outside of the Republican National Committee. We have a deeply divided nation. I will do that. I will denounce extreme elements that pretend to be Republican and say we do not want you in our party. I would like Democrats to do the same with Antifa and groups that are anti-Semitic that masquerade as Democrats and say you are not welcome in our party as they burn down cities this past summer. I would ask the media, be more fair in how you report things. Don't suppress reports on Hunter Biden and on Democrats like what's happening with Andrew Cuomo and the immense failures that he had as governor, and then highlight things like you just did with Governor Nome. Andrew Cuomo, what he has done, his policies.
When he agrees to come on this program, trust me, he won't like some of my questions. Like many of our guests don't like my questions.
I hope so, but the media as a whole has ignored Andrew Cuomo.
About Congresswoman, to your point you were just raising, though, about being more vocal and speaking out. Congresswoman Liz Cheney said this week that the Trump supporters who violently sieged the Capitol on January